Hello everyone, welcome to this week's weekly Tavern Brawl. This week it's a dark recipe. Care for a taste of the old god's power, pick a class, and we'll give you a taste of the old god's recipe for that class to do battle. So, it's going to be something of an old god's theme here. Going to start out with a paladin, probably do a few classes to get a nice taste of this Tavern Brawl. For this one, we'll go ahead and do the paladin. Looking to find a match here. Wheel's getting a little bit laggy, but eventually find a worthy opponent and see what we're going to be fighting against into another paladin. Start out with a bunch of buffs and a steward of Darkshire. Or not a bunch of buffs, this is not exactly a buff. Do we keep all of them? I get rid of the equality, I'd say. And whenever you summon a minion, a 1 health minion, give it Divine Shield. That's pretty interesting. I'm going to get rid of that. Keep the Blessing of Kings and the Worgen. Sealed Champions is good. I could turn 1 Twisted Worgen, get a little bit of a board presence early on. Protect your minions with Divine Shield, and they'll be able to take on 2 enemies at a time. Okay. I think we'll actually just put out the Divine Shield guy. I don't know if that was about the Tavern Brawl or else it was just a telling you what Divine Shield does, allow you to take damage twice without dying. I'm not exactly sure, but it's interesting. So you want to put the Steward of Darkshire out before the Twisted Worgen. Probably coin that out next turn. It's pretty great for the Tavern Brawl, at least on what it's saying it does. The Darkshire, clear off his board. And that is about what we're going to do. Put out the Twisted Worgen and the Argent Squire next turn. We get 2 Divine Shield guys. Could Seal of Champions someone, give this guy 3/6 with a Divine Shield. That'd be pretty nice to have. Deals a lot of damage early, might actually end up doing that, but I think just getting all-out board control early on is pretty nice. Take advantage of her while she's up. Get Divine Shield and a bunch of new guys. Give a random friendly minion Divine Shield. That's kind of a bad order. Okay, it's got a death rattle. It's not a battle cry. That's actually pretty good. Go ahead and put these 2 out. He gets Divine Shield, so does she. I'm not going to attack that. I don't want to activate the battle cry on my own time here. Get a couple of guys with Divine Shield, hit him a few times, and now we can give some of our minions taunt. Or else just make the Steward of Darkshire, if for some reason he doesn't kill it, just make it really powerful and keep it from dying. With the Blessing of Kings, but logically he's probably going to kill it. It's really good for what we're doing here, and it trades pretty badly for me with the Twisted Worgen that he summoned. Though we've gotten some value out of it at least. The Divine Shields, and let's see what he's going to play here. Blessing of Kings, so it's a 6/5. He did use a buff, he hasn't put anything else out, which is good for us. And there he goes, killing that off. Alright. So we got a big, whenever you target this minion with Divine Shield spell, gain, or with a spell, gain Divine Shield. That's pretty good. I'm gonna put out Defender of Argus just to put a shield wall up. And kill this off. While there's nothing to give Divine Shield. And there we go. So we've got a pretty nice wall up. I'd love to play Lightbane when we can put Blessing of Kings on her on the same turn. Try to maintain board control, and we have a pretty nice trajectory toward a win here. Though he does have more cards than us, I want that dead as soon as I can get it off the board. It's going to give that a Divine Shield. Still, it is a 1/1, so it's not too bad. Battlecry, all minions lose Divine Shield, and it gains 3/3 for every shield lost. That's good when we have a bunch of Divine Shields up. I'm going to buff... What can I buff? However, I'm going to buff this one. Don't get the benefit of the Divine Shield, but we can take that out before it's too much of a trouble. He doesn't have anything that he can kill any of our minions that have taunt with. Then I think we Fiora, actually, None of our cards go well next turn. We don't have a spell for Fiora Lightbane, and we don't have any Divine Shields for the Blood Knight. All minions. Okay, so it'll take his. So maybe he would have been a good card to play last turn if I would have read it correctly. A 9/9 for 3 would be pretty nice, but if he puts out a bunch of Divine Shields and doesn't go to trade anything, we're still in a pretty good position. Equality's pretty bad, all told. Seal of Champions is going to give it back Divine Shield. We can take that, then use that next turn. So I think we play this, make it a 6/6, kill that off, and then deal a bunch of damage, and then throw Fiora on the board. Blessing of Kings on her next turn, or else just Defender of Argus to put up a wall with the Blood Knight, who's doing pretty good for us. Or else we can just kill him if he doesn't have anything to clear off our minions that we have on the board, which do pretty good damage. We got 10, we got 14, 15 on the board. He's got to kill off at least one of them, and he doesn't have what it takes, so we win the first one. Pretty good win here with the Tavern Brawl. Divine Shield base. I wonder if you get the same opponent every time you do it. Gonna do Uther one more time and see if we get against a Pally here. Against the wheels freezing up again here. Loaded a lot quicker though, and doesn't seem to be the case. We don't end up being against Paladin. I was wondering if maybe it just gives you both the same deck, but this would be a little more interesting. Give minions +1/+1 with Divine Shield. They seem to be just flavored decks that flavor themselves to whatever you got. A couple of Death Rattles here, a pretty nice sword for the deck that we've got. Do 1 damage to a random enemy. Protect your minions with Divine Shield, and they'll be able to take on 2 enemies at a time. Okay.
Nothing scares me.
Put out the 1 cost, and we got the Loot Hoarder. Both of them have a Death Rattle on them. Cast as many spells as possible, each one fueling the reawakening of Yogg-Saron. So apparently he's got Yogg-Saron. And he's going to coin out a Fire Blast on the Selfless Hero to start out with. Okay. I think we use Huge Toad here. Say 3/2. He used his coin on a Fire Blast, which does get rid of the Death Rattle, which is good, but still not the greatest trade. +1 for each minion you have Divine Shield. We don't yet. I think we just put out another Huge Toad and get minions out on the board. I'm not going to trade with his Loot Hoarder for obvious reasons. Just hit him in the face and see what else he's got. Yeah, he's going to trade draw a card. We do 1 damage. Sorcerer's Apprentice. A little risky. Does give a Frostbolt out to kill that. It's helping with Yogg-Saron, but we're not in the worst position.
Nothing scares me.
Then just put out a few dudes on the board. Loot Hoarder and the Selfless Hero. Hopefully, well, one of them will trade into that. Hopefully Selfless Hero, then we get the Divine Shield and Loot Hoarder, but that's actually not great. Kills off Loot Hoarder, and he's hoping that'll at least hit that one. Doesn't though, so he's gonna trade. Not bad. I would rather not put Argent Protector out with nothing on the board, but we have 2 Argent Protectors, so not the best position. We could have done the 1/1 and then done Argent Protector, but I really want to kill this guy off. I want to get rid of the Flamewalker. Dispel each player's hand. Forbidden Flame. Spend as much mana as you have. Deal that damage to a minion. Not too bad. On the hunt. Keeps us from killing that. So we're not doing too great against this mage deck. Really spell-based mage. Got a lot of spell-based cards in it. And the best thing we've got is a Loot Hoarder. Kind of want to hold on to Equality. Or Equality. Rallying Blade, I think I'm just going to play it just to get the ability to take out some of his minions. Not in a great position. Equality does help us though. The ability to give all his minions 1 health could let us... Worgen's not going to help. Love a Consecrate, but right now we're not really drawn into anything great. Blessing of Kings. I mean, no reason not to put a Worgen out. Then we can Equality, and then this. Kill him off, and then I'd say Forbidden Flames on that guy just to help clear off some of his board. Probably should have done the Forbidden Flames to kill the one with the higher attack instead of taking as much damage, but at least a lot of his damage and a lot of his spell effects are no longer threats to us. Being said, his Flame Strike's kind of not great when we only have one card that needs a card on the board to do anything. Defender of Argus doesn't help us here. Actually, 4-8, no. I think we're pretty close to dead no matter who we are able to buff up. I think it's worthwhile just to get on the board. It does take out his 1-2 at least, unless he's got some spells. We're not in a great position, especially with that Flame Walker coming in. He's gonna ping us. Forbidden Flame, and what else has he got? Yeah, if we don't draw anything spectacular here, we've basically lost. So yeah, we go 1 for 1 with the Paladin. First one went really well, and then we get badly countered by a mage. Would have rather... I don't know what we could have drawn that would make that better. Go ahead and open the pack here. We got the early minions. He just was able to take out what we had early on, and nothing good from the pack, really. Starfall, I think we have already most of that, but thank you for watching, and as always, hope to see you again next time.